Jai Hind everyone. I am Ashish Dixit, Assistant Professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College in the Computer Science and Engineering Department. So today we will discuss about the Java database connectivity. It's also considered in a web technology subject. It's also running under the AKTU. Okay. Here, what is the database connectivity? J.D.B.C. A J.D.B.C is an API that you access virtually any tabular data source from the Java programming language. Okay. So J.D.B.C data access API, that's called J.D.B.C technology. What is an API? API application programming interface. It's also concept of the core Java. What is a tabular data source? So here we will discuss about what is the tabular data source. Then access virtually any data source from relational database to spreadsheets and the flat files is called a tabular data source. J.D.B.C documentation will focus on accessing the Oracle database. Here we will discuss or are focused on accessing how to access Oracle database. This is the general architecture of the J.D.B.C architecture. Okay, and here we will discuss about what's the design pattern implied in this architecture of the J.D.B.C. What does it buy for us, and why is this architecture also multi-tiered? Okay, so Java application, J.D.B.C driver, and J.D.B.C ODBC bridge, vendor specific J.D.B.C and vendor. So here we will discuss about the some concept. This is a Java application. First part is a Java application, okay, and then J.D.B.C driver. Both are work on the bidirectional through the J.D.B.C API, Java database connectivity application programming interface. Okay, these will be work mutually. Then after the J.D.B.C also connect by the J.D.B.C driver API to J.D.B.C ODBC bridge and vendor specific J.D.B.C driver. Okay, J.D.B.C Java database connectivity and open database connectivity. These are work just like a bridge with database, and here we will apply two types of concept. How to access J.D.B.C driver to database. Here we will use two types of concept: J.D.B.C ODBC bridge and vendor specific ODBC driver. And again we will go outside, another side, then it's direct communicate to J.D.B.C with the help of vendor specific J.D.B.C driver. Okay, so here vendor specific J.D.B.C driver access the whole database and send to the J.D.B.C driver, and J.D.B.C driver is also provide the data to Java application with the help of J.D.B.C API. Same concept is here also apply, that J.D.B.C driver access the database through with the help of J.D.B.C ODBC bridge and vendor specific ODBC bridge. These are provide the help to how to access J.D.B.C driver manager data from the database. Okay, so here we conceptualize this concept, what design pattern implied in the architecture, what does it buy for us, and why is this the architecture also multi-tiered. Okay, this is the main concept. Anatomy of the data access, how to access database. So here this is a Java application in the form of applet. The Java application communicate with the J.D.B.C driver. Okay, and J.D.B.C driver manager will work on three types concept. Means first, ODBC based driver, or Oracle driver, and system based driver. Okay, that is called sys-base. Then ODBC driver communicate to ODBC manager, and ODBC manager access the data from the access driver and database driver. Both are access the data from the access or database. Then Oracle driver is also access the data from the Oracle database, and sys-base driver is also access the data from the sys-base database. Okay, these are the anatomy of the data access. The driver manager provides the consistent layer between your Java application and the backend database. Backend database may be different. Maximum chances will be these are different, and these are accessed by the Java application with the help of J.D.B.C driver, and J.D.B.C driver is also access the data base from different types like a ODBC driver, Oracle driver, and sys-base driver. Okay, Oracle driver access the data base Oracle. ODBC driver manager is also access the database access and DBase, and sys-base driver is also access the database from the sys-base. Okay, got it? Next, basic steps to use a database in a Java. Next, first concept, basic steps to use a database in Java, how to access a database in Java. Then here we will discuss about the 5 concept, how to establish the connection between database, create a J.D.B.C statement, execute SQL statement, get result set, and cause connection. Okay, establishing connection. Then first of all, here we will discuss about the how to establish the connection. Then first of all, import a Java SQL asterisk. Then import java.sql. Asterisk means all terms will be included here. Then load the vendor specific driver like a class.forName, oracle.jdbc driver, Oracle driver. And what do you think this statement does not, and how? That dynamically loads a driver class for Oracle database. Make the connection. How to establish the connection between the database? So here connection con is equals to driver manager dot get connection. Then here JDBC Oracle, then @ Oracle prod, then this is the number, this will be change, all time it will be changed. Okay, then here what do you think this statement does? Establishing the connection to the database by obtaining a connection object. Okay, here make the connection through this, we will establish the connection between two database by the obtaining a connection object. Okay, next thing, create JDBC statement. First, write down the statement. STMT is an object. Con.create a statement. Then create a statement object for the sending SQL statement to the database. and again. How to execute SQL statement? How to execute SQL statement? Then string create length I is equals to create table length I is equals to SSN integer not null. Here integer will be not null. Name in the form of varchar and marks will be in the integer. Statement dot execute update create len high. What does this statement? This statement work on the behalf of this. String insert length high is equals to insert into length high value. Then this is the integer not null. Then name of the varchar and marks in the form of integer. Okay. So statement execute update insert len high. Then next concept is a get result set. How to get the result? Then here string query len high is equals to select a string from len high. Result set is equals to object create rs is equals to statement execute query and parameter pass query len high. What does it do to the statement? This concept. While rs dot next is equals to int ssn create object, then string name is equals to rs dot get string name, then int marks is equals to rs dot get int marks. Here we will use the two types of concept, statement close and connection close. This is the and connection close. Here two types of also connection, transaction and J.D.B.C. Okay. Next concept is a transaction and J.D.B.C. How to transaction a data through the J.D.B.C. So here J.D.B.C. allow SQL statement to be grouped together into a single transaction. Next thing, a transaction control is performed by the connection object. Default mode is auto commit. Therefore, each SQL statement is treated as a transaction. We can turn off the auto commit mode with con.set auto commit. This is the method. It will be true and false. Okay. If you want to commit, then true. If you not want to commit, then it's false. And run and turn it back on with con.set auto commit is true. This statement. Again, once auto commit is off, then no SQL statement will be committed. If auto commit is off, then no SQL statement will be committed until an explicit is invoked con.commit. Next, at this point, all changes done by the SQL. Okay, statement will be made permanent in the database. Handling error with the exception. So, how to handle the error? First of all, what is the exception? Exception just like an error, and how to handle these error is also called the exception handling. Means suppose that if in your program error will be logical, then definitely it will be error. Then here we will discuss about the exception handling, how to handle an error. Maybe it will be logically, maybe it will be related to a memory concept, maybe it will be also related to a logical, just like 1/0. Okay, these are logical concepts. So here Programs should recover and leave the database in a consistent state. And if a statement in the try block throw an exception or warning, it can be cached. It can be cached in one of the corresponding catch statement. Okay, how might it's a finally block will help here? So, how to finally block will be help here? Then, if you could roll back your transaction in a catch block, then close database connection and free database related to resources in a finally block. Okay. Another way to access a database. This is the another way how to access the database. It's another way. Then here Java application, then J.D.B.C API, then J.D.B.C driver manager, then J.D.B.C ODBC bridge, then ODBC manager, then ODBC manager is also connected with ODBC driver, and these ODBC driver access the database through the DBMS 1 and 2. Here it's a simple program. First, overall concept is also included here. Import Java SQL strict, then class is equals to test. Here public static void main string args is also apply here. Then try class for name, it will be used this is a dynamic loading for a driver. Then string file name may be this. Then location of an access database. Okay. Then string database is equals to J.D.B.C is equals to ODBC driver, Microsoft Access driver or MDB or a database. Then database plus file name dot trim, then driver is equals to read only true, then add on the end. Then connection con is equals to driver manager dot get connection through the database, and statement as con dot create statement, as dot execute, then create a table test, as dot execute, then insert into test, then as dot execute select first column from the test. Then result set rs, these are object. As dot get result set, if rs does not equals to null, then if rs is equals to null, then there is a no result set to view. While rs dot next, then this will step through our data row by row. Then this is the while statement. Then as dot close connection, then statement close connection to be database. No, we are done with it. Then connection close, establish the one, then connection close the connection. Here statement. Then at last catch the exception error system.out.println, and here will print the exception error. Then how to mapping types of J.D.B.C with Java. Then here this is a J.D.B.C type, this is the Java type, this is a J.D.B.C type, this is a Java type. Here we will take the bit J.D.B.C, then in a Java we will take the boolean. J.D.B.C driver tiny integer, then it's also considered in a byte. A small int, this also includes short. Here integer, it's int. Here begin integer, then long, real, then float. Here float double is also considered only double. Here binary, variable binary, then long variable, then here it's also use a byte. Here char, varchar and long varchar. In a Java we will consider string. Then again numeric decimal, then it's also considered big decimal. Here date, it's a fully changed. Then date java.sql.date, time or timestamp. Then java.sql timestamp. Here clob, then clob. Here capital blob, then here small blob. Array, then array is there. Then distinct, then mapping for the underlying typing. Here struct, then struct. References, then here references. Then Java object, then underlying Java classes. SQL database supported in a J.D.B.C 2.0, and right now you will take the current version. Okay. Again, J.D.B.C 2 set. Here, J.D.B.C 2 set is also include one program. It's just like an example. That suppose that statement stmt on create a statement, result set, type scroll, incentives, then result set this, then string query, select student from the class where type is equals to not sleeping, then result set rs, then statement dot execute query. So here rs dot previous, then go back into the rs not possible in J.D.B.C 1. It's a J.D.B.C 2, not a J.D.B.C. Then rs relative -5, go 5 records back. rs relative 7, then go 7 records forward. Then rs absolute 100, then go to 100 record. Then statement connection, create statement, result set, type forward only. Then result set dot conquer update table. Then string query, select student grade from class where type really listing this presentation. Result set rs, then statement dot execute query, then while rs dot next, then int grade rs dot get int, rs dot update int grade +1, then rs update row. This is a metadata from the database. So here a connection database is able to provide schema information describing its tables, its supported SQL grammar or its stored procedure, the capability of this connection and so on. What is stored the procedure and group of SQL statement that from a logical unit and the perform a particular task. So this information is made available through the database of the meta object. Then here we will discuss about the meta from database. Then connection on database metadata dbmb.con.get metadata, string catalog null, string schema null, string table system percentile, then string types null, then result set is equals to dbmd.get tables catalog schema table and type. It's a sufficient task. Okay, thank you very much.